Hey everyone, welcome to my second podcast. I'm doing chapter 2 of Exodus, and I just want to remind you guys that I am not a theologian, I'm not a pastor, I am not anyone special except someone who's just trying to animate the Bible. And today you're going to find out what I learned from animating chapter 2, which is right here in the middle, right there. Okay, so we have no audio right now, it's okay, that's fine. However, I learned two things in this chapter, and both of them were after I finished animating the entire chapter. I learned them, and then I had to go back to this chapter and fix them because I didn't know. Actually, I didn't. I only had to fix one of the two issues. Let's just get started. So here we have the parents of Moses. They're getting married. Great, congrats. And then here's the problem right here, verse 2. Let's see if we can hear this. Let's see if we can hear the verse a little bit.
House of Levi,
Oh,
went
I
and
hear
took
it.
as his wife a Levite woman. The woman conceived and bore a son.
It says, the woman conceived and bore a son. Okay, great.
And when she saw that he was a fine child, she hid him 3 months.
And it says, then she hid him. Okay, great. So I'm reading this, and again, I'm nobody special here. I'm just, okay. I've read the Bible several times. I listen to sermons for fun, granted. However, I'm going by what the Bible says. So my initial video was of the man, the wife, the baby. So then I get to chapter 4 or 5, and it says, Aaron, his older brothers come to talk to him. And I'm like, wait, I just had Moses in the family, and that was it. And it took me, I don't know, maybe an hour, maybe a couple of days before I realized, oh, that's right. He could have been born before they started killing the children in Israel, or sorry, the Israeli children in Egypt, the Hebrews, if you will. So then I added him to the picture. And then I thought, but wait, I remember later on in this chapter, the girl is called the sister. And I'm like, wait, that means it's not just her. I mean, sure, maybe she wasn't in the video at the time. She was maybe somewhere else when he was born. But now I have to go back and make sure that I know that there is a whole family here. There are two sons and a daughter. I'm just going to change this video back to make it all three children and the mom and dad. And that's what I learned, that even though the Bible doesn't explicitly say it, there could be other people there. It happened. That's what I learned. Okay, not a big deal, right? Well, this other one, let me see if I can,
When she could
let's see if I can pinpoint. Sorry, I hope you're watching this, because this is way more interesting if you're watching it than if you're listening to it by itself. Okay. Here, right here, verse 22 of Exodus. Let's see if we can play it for you.
a son, and
Oh, wow, that audio's not very good. I hope it's my mic and not the recording.
he gave Moses his daughter Zipporah. She gave birth to a son, and he called his name Gershom, for he said,
Oh, I know what it is. Okay, I'll fix this later. So, Zipporah gives birth to a son. This is in verse 22. Again, I made the video. Didn't realize there was a controversy here. And it said,
I have been a sojourner in a foreign
they
land.
explain the name of the child.
During those many days, the king of Egypt.
Okay, that's it. So when I read this, I thought, okay, so I'm going to record Moses, his wife, and the kid, and then we're going to move on to the next part of the story. And I thought, that was pretty easy. Great, no problem. Well, then
died,
the next
and the
verse,
people of Israel groaned because of their slavery, and
the
cried out for
Egyptian
help.
Pharaoh, or the
Their
Pharaoh
cry for
died,
rescue from slavery came
and
up
all
to
this
God.
bad stuff happened,
And God
and we're done, right? No problem. But then later on, we find out that it's been 20 years from the time that he gets there, Moses gets there, to when he's called back to go back to Egypt. Well, this happens, I believe, in chapter 5 or chapter 4 again, that Zipporah, is that her name? I forgot how to pronounce her name. Anyways, she does something that makes us right now a little uncomfortable. See, she sees Moses dying again. He's 20 years older. Sorry, 40 years older. So he is 80 at this time. He's in bed, or he looks like he's dying. In my video, he's looks like he's dying. And she realizes, the wife realizes, hey, it's because the oldest, the firstborn, is not circumcised. So she says, you have made me do this, essentially, to Moses. And so she goes to her son and she circumcises him, right? Circumcises him. However, we think, oh, that's the baby. Yeah, okay. But here's the controversy. Some people argue over the age as to when this. Did she just circumcise a baby, a toddler, a teenager, or a 40-year-old man? Now, maybe it's an issue with us because we are of this generation and that just seems unheard of to do that to your own son. However, it is quite possible that she actually circumcised a 40-year-old son of hers to appease God. I read online when I found this out, and apparently the debate's been going on for ages. And I did not want to change anything in the video because I'm like, hey, look, if people are debating this, that means I could be right in my interpretation that the baby was born right away as opposed to later on. And so I'm just going to leave it like that and let people argue over it. I'm not, but that's the second thing I learned from Animating chapter 2 and technically the other chapter, but I'm just fitting it in here. I'm sure I'll address it again for when it actually shows up. But hey, you guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it, and have a great day.